Hey guys, just wanted to take a look at this BTT. It's the SKR Mini E3. This is the version 2.0 and the version 3 is very similar. Now, whilst fitting a new design of fan duct onto the Ender 3 Pro, I forgot the wiring colours of the one of the fans, and whilst holding the wires together just to get the fan direction right, I unfortunately shorted out the live positive and negative wires. There is no protection on these boards for that sort of cock up, and it immediately blew something, and obviously the fan stopped. Now there are people that have had fans running permanently, fans not coming on at all, and or if you do what I did and you short the wires out, you will damage the transistor. The one I damaged is the one that is just in here. You'll see this one is an empty space because I damaged the other board, and then you'll see the fan 1 and 0, they have the same transistor, little surface mount transistor just in there. Now, because I had this old board, I popped it out, had a look, and realised that it had the same, pretty much the same design. So I just took one of the transistors out and popped it in the damaged board, and that solved the problem. But only then did I realise that this is a common issue with failure of these transistors, and at first glance it looks a little tricky to get in there and to get that out. But actually what you can do, if we can get this on camera, is if you get some pliers, I'm going to remove the transistor that's left here. You can actually get into these sockets and you can pull them up and remove the plastic. Obviously remember the orientation, it's actually marked on the board. You can see now we've got just the 2 pins there. So if you're bothered about melting these, just pull them out like so. Whoops, I've just knocked one of the heat sinks off. Not that it matters, there's a fault with this board, so it's not really an issue. If you recall, the issue with this board was prints just completely stopping, sometimes on the initial layer, sometimes 3/4 of the way through the print, and I replaced this to solve that problem. So now you should be able to see the removed transistor and the good one right above it, sorry, below it in your view. And if you've got hot air, one of these, you can remove it with that. If you've got a soldering iron, which I'm guessing most people that would be attempting to repair these sort of things would have basic soldering equipment, the easiest thing to do is get some solder, 3 terminals obviously on this, and you can just flood each pin with some fresh solder, and we'll just alternate between the 3 terminals with the heat, and at some point that will just come loose. It's just, there we go, and hopefully that's still on camera, but you can just hopefully see the tiny little transistor there. Just clean the tip, get back in there and clean any damage, clean any solder up. Now it's very easy to lift these pads. I did damage the pad on the V3 board, but BTT supply the layout, the circuit diagram and the PCB print diagrams, so it was very easy to see that the pad that lifted was just touching a adjacent resistor, so it's very easy to bridge that damage with a little blob of solder from the transistor pin to the resistor, and that solved the problem. So again, if you've got some desolder braid, you can just clean up these terminals, which we'll do in this case. Sometimes if you've got hot air, you could reflow the transistor back into place and it will just self-align when the solder's molten. If you're trying to do it with the soldering iron, you might find it easier just to place just a little blob of solder onto one pad, which is what I've done there. If you look again now, I'm hoping this is in focus, it's so hard to see on the screen. So there's one blob of solder, and then I am going to grab the transistor with the tweezers, and we are just going to try. I'm going to have to take my glasses off to do this. You could use a microscope if you've got one. If you just hold the tweezers with a clean iron, and if we look now, you'll see that that single pin is soldered. If I can find where it is. Oh, come on. Where are we looking? Yeah. You can see that single pin there. So now I just would go back in and resolder the other two. Again, fine tip soldering iron if you've got one. Don't really need flux, but if it's not flowing for any particular reason, just a tiny little bit of liquid flux, but I don't think it's required. So you'll see now that all three will focus, all three pins are soldered. Clean it if you would like with some isopropyl alcohol, and then you can just go back in here and replace carefully the sockets that you pulled off earlier, and that way you've got this component changed for a matter of pence. Well, depending on where you buy them. If you buy them from component suppliers, you'll find they're a lot cheaper than on eBay, but if you just want a couple or one, eBay is going to be your cheapest bet, about £5-6 quid I would think for one or two. And yeah, there we go, you can pop that back in, and as I say, this applies to the V2, the V3 boards. There is absolutely no protection for shorting wires out like that, and something is going to pop. And I think these are underrated, so the replacements are higher rated. So yeah, there we go. That's how to repair either no fan stuck on, or if you know you've shorted out something and you've popped one of these, you'll see a split in the transistor very often like I did. And that's how to change those.